Here we are with Shan Horsley and Nick Adams. Congratulations, first place winners. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Awesome. So you guys have been your whole lives from this area?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
We're like an hour drive from here, but I mean, we're close.
This is your water. Here's
Yeah.
where you're fishing. Yeah. So how many years you guys been muskie fishing?
We fished our whole life musky fishing.
So since you were young.
We fished the creeks too. I mean, that's where we was raised at. So we fished the creeks and then started fishing the lakes.
You were eating them back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, when you're young, it's food. But
His dad, Teddy Horsley, is the best creek fisherman that I have met in my life.
nice, yeah.
And he used to eat a lot of them, but he turns them loose now. So
Nice. Yeah, well, it takes a hold on all of us sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
So you fished with us for quite a few years now, right? You've been, I don't even know how many, it's been a while.
Maybe 7.
Yeah. So how did you do in the other events?
We've had quite a few top 10s. One of them, when the digital camera came out, I took a picture and didn't get it on the bump board. I thought it took and it focused. So we would have had like a 4th place on that one, so it didn't count. But yeah, we've had a few top 10 finishes. We've done pretty decent.
Did you guys approach this tournament any different? I mean, you know, you're from here, so you have an advantage. I always talk about pre-fishing, not pre-fishing, and everything like that. Did you approach this any different? I mean, the water, we've never had it this low before. No?
We fished like we was going to fish, you know, if we was out there just, you know, buddy fishing.
Got it. It's the best approach too,
Yeah.
right? Go out there and try to find some, which you did. You guys and I said it during the awards, you guys are the only team that changed up your pattern. Everybody seemed to have something that was there maybe on, even pre-fishing on Friday, Saturday, and then going into Sunday, they went with what worked, and you guys didn't. You didn't, but why? I mean, really, that's tough. You want to stay, but you didn't. You went from throwing, I think you said a Bondi bait, right, for the first fish?
Yeah.
And then you went to Burns Custom Tackle and went to a spinner bait, right, for the second day.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Boggs Custom Tackle painted the Bondi bait, and we like jigging. I mean, we're one of the few that can jig.
You are one of the few.
Yeah, I mean, we can jig for 10, 12 hours, had it to ourselves where we like jigging. And then it was his idea, and we talked about the wind was going to be pounding the places we like to jig. And then we went shallow, and that's when I put on the Bill Burns spinner bait, and was just sort of, everybody was burning baits, and I just thought, I'm going to bounce this like a jig on the bottom. And it come up.
No kidding.
It came up and just crushed it. I mean, and we were so excited at that point in time, but then we watched a big one get caught beside us. We thought, okay, we just fell to 3rd or 4th. So we ended on a very depressed note to be sitting here now.
Yeah, when you get one and you're almost depressed, but that's a good technique. You're kind of bouncing it off the bottom, creating a little bit of commotion at the same time, right?
Yeah.
With these spawning fish and everything like that. Did they both of them hit aggressive? Because we all thought, you guys know this water better than anybody, we're fighting still spawn probably, right? They're just coming out of it. Did they hit aggressively, do you think?
Oh, you had to cut hooks out of both of them. And they both were in great shape, but if we hadn't cut the hooks, you know, so destroyed the Burns bait and really the Boggs bait as well. It was destroyed and had to build it back. So
Sounds like you destroyed.
we sort of did. I guess I see your point.
Have you guys been fishing together the whole time? Or did you guys team up? Yeah, you have. So did you fight it all on the boat?
Oh, we fight
You want
all
to
the
do one
time.
thing, somebody else wants. Go ahead, Shan. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm going to say it first. He said at one point yesterday, he said, man, you've been rough on me today. But we've been buddies since we were before teenage years. I mean, it just, you know, he's like a brother. I'll hope I'm like a brother to him, but it's been neat. And we do yell at each other at times and say things. But most of the time, if you hear a boat laughing, it is our boat. I mean, it is a humorous trip.
I was going to ask you, maybe what's one of your best moments that you've ever had fishing together? You know? Because you're telling me you're laughing all the time, so you're go ahead.
Well, probably, every time.
Besides this.
Every time I sit down to eat a bologna sandwich, he catches a fish. So, I have to eat a lot of bologna sandwiches. But we were in St. Clair having one of the worst trips we'd ever had. In my mind, I was never going back to St. Clair. I sat down to eat. He said, there he is. And when he pulled it in, you know, it wouldn't fit in our net. And I had to, power it to bend in the middle. And I truly was disappointed that it wasn't 55 inches. It was 53, but that's probably one of my most positive memories of ever fishing with him is him catching a 53 in St. Clair.
Any fights in the boat where you guys are so intense that you're never that worked up?
No, we
no,
joke with each other so much, you know. I mean,
Better have thick skin.
Yeah. Hey, that's what makes you guys great partners. So,
Yeah.
and it worked out well here. Like you guys are the only ones that changed it up. You pulled it through. It's awesome. I mean, again, I said first and second change things up. You guys are on top. Anything as you're looking back now, you didn't need it, but anything you would have done different or you should have did different. And because you hit one each day is the goal, you change it up. But you think it back, anything you might have worked differently or anything else? No.
We've talked about it. You know, it looks like I'm the one that knows how to fish because I got to hold the two fish up, but he's the brains. He's the one that puts us on fish, and I just fish. I mean, he's the one running the boat. He's the one truly scouting out the spots and getting us on spots. So
And getting in that.
and getting in that. That's the greatest part. But you know, he's the brains of the operation, and we talked about on the way. We wouldn't have done anything differently. It's tough to catch a muskie. People know that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough to catch them. You've got to put in your time and work, and then there's a whole lot of luck involved.
Yeah, and in the tournament too.
yeah, and like on the bonded jigging, was getting back to where you said, you know, why would we change it up? But if we're out there in 20-mile-an-hour wind, jigging, vertical jigging over timber, all you're doing is getting hung up. So you're decreasing your chances of catching a fish because you're getting unhung, you know, half the time. And when we can be burning casting, you know, I think our chances, you know, is a lot better like that. I mean, we don't want to stay hung up, so that's why we switched. I mean, we would have stayed, if the weather would have stayed, we'd have stayed bondage.
And it was calm yesterday, and that wind rolled in today
Yeah.
along with the weather. So you were fishing deep with the bodies. So nice. Well, it's my pleasure. I know you guys are more happy than I am, but I'm excited for you guys. You know, 2022 PMTT Cave Run champions. Outstanding job, guys. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you
Nice
very
guys.
much. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.